तू चलता चल तू चलता चल तू चलता चल.
I will talk about my Nowshera tenure in the Rajouri sector. I was there from 1984 to 87, and over there from second lieutenant I became a captain, and till we moved to Meerut in the end of 87. So this was the second posting of my career. After Fazilka, we moved to field area on line of control opposite Pakistan, not the border, the line of control where it was pretty live, firing and all used to take place. I was still a second lieutenant, and at a very young age, I had evolved a philosophy. I really don't know from where I picked up these things, but the philosophy was pretty simple that in this organization, if I was not much concerned about material gains, rank, awards, and not scared of dying, then nobody could do much to me. And I never found any reasons to change this broad philosophy of towards the army life that I had. So I continued with this. A word about 20 Punjab. We were champion cheaters. We used to cheat in professional competitions. We used to cheat in boxing, sports, all that. Some of the popular folklore, when you have the Bada Khana and people are drunk and all that, they come up with stories. So one of the very stories which people are really proud of was that in a commando competition, we were not winning, we were quite behind. But when the stage came of night firing, we manipulated the judges and our people who were there in the conduct of the event in such a manner that not only did we make bullet holes in our targets, but we also put chappies on the targets of others, so that when the counting took place in night firing, we beat everyone by such a big margin that we ended up winning the competition. So we were pretty proud of such things. Anyway, this was the culture which I never imbibed, and I was the de facto main guy as far as our boxing team was concerned. A thing my boxing team would always tell the commanding officer was that we want him as our team captain. He is very fine as a referee also, but we will never have him as a judge. Because in judging, they wanted someone who would cheat. On behalf of 20 Punjab, the team was very clear, the battalion was very clear. That the judge, if he was judging for 20 Punjab, meant he had to cheat. That was the norm we followed. So I never judged any competition from 20 Punjab so long as I was there with them. So that was the kind of culture we had. So I was understanding our battalion's culture, and I was also developing an understanding of human nature. Fine. Then we came to this Rajouri division, and here we had a very interesting general officer commanding. He had some interesting orders for the division. Just sample one, which I think you will find it interesting, because I never found this kind of an order ever later in my life. The orders existed in the division that whenever we went to sleep, we would sleep with one boot on our feet. The idea was that troops and everybody is so alert that in case some incident happens, you can get ready quickly. I will leave it to your imagination how much it would have enhanced the efficiency. But anyway, this is how it was. With the same General Saab, an interesting incident happened. He came, visited our battalion when we were just settling down, and he was very tough in talking and used to point out wrong things, or even if things are not wrong, he used to point out. He used to do tough talk in public forums. So one of my seniors, was fond of keeping longish hair, and the general did not like it, and my colonel would not point out because he was quite close to him. So he said that the haircut of your officers is not good. So now my Colonel Saab did not have didn't want to point his favorite chap out who actually had long hair. So I was a non-entity. So he pointed me out that your haircut is not okay. Whereas I have followed a very simple norm since I got commissioned, that my hair should be such that it should not be caught. So that kind of length I have always been keeping. So it was in keeping with my philosophy. So it was not long at all. So I did not take it in a right way or ignore it. With maturity, I was a young person. I got annoyed and I got my head shaved off. And as a result, all my battalion officers, including the junior people, they were quite fond of the CO. They were against me, and I was ignored. Nobody used to talk to me for about a couple of months. These things continued, but nobody could convince me that I was on the wrong. And I stuck to my guns. I said what the CO did was incorrect, and what I have done is correct. So that's how it was. Anyway, the life carried on. Then the commanding officer only got posted out. We had a new commanding officer coming. Thereafter, things started changing. One interesting incident happened very soon when my battalion had just taken over, or rather, it had not completely taken over also. To some extent, 5-8 Gurkha rifles, of which B.S. Thapa, Arjun Awardee boxer, who was a great guide I found in him, he was there. So while we were undergoing a change of guard, some construction had taken place opposite a platoon locality which I was commanding. And we had our Brigadier Saab coming there, and any intrusion is supposed to be big deal, and we are not supposed to accept it at all. So we were not very clear whether it is an intrusion or something, and there was nothing very serious construction, but something was taking place. So Brigadier Saab came and he asked me, what is happening, what do you have to say? I told him that this is what it is. I'm not very sure whether it is intrusion or not. He said, no, you should know everything, every inch. I said, no, whatever I know is this much only. So then Brigadier Saab was some signals. He said, okay, we will make a combined patrol, and with the previous platoon commander who was there of 5-8 Gurkha Rifles, the battalion we had relieved, their former platoon commander would be accompanying you as guide, and you get ready a patrol of yours and you go and check it whether it is an intrusion or not. I was wondering as to how by just reaching the spot we will know the position much better, but I thought I have just got about 1.5 years service, maybe Brigadier Saab understands things better. Though of course now in hindsight I know that even today I see no reason why we should have gone there to confirm anything. Anyway, we'll move ahead. We did go for this. We went for this patrol, and in the front, this JCO of 5-8 Gurkha Rifles, he had become the Subedar Major. He was moving ahead, and I was following him, and thereafter my balance of control were going. We walked quite near that. We had gone down from a valley, and we came up on a spur. Gradually we were going up, and while we were going up, I saw one person, which a Pakistani with a rifle, which this Subedar Major did not spot. So I indicated him to halt, but he did not see. But he saw my signal because we were very close. We were just 1.5-2 meters away. He halted, And meanwhile, maybe some sound occurred, or maybe that person spotted him. My only head would have been visible to him because I was slightly low and I was keeping a low profile, but this chap was standing vertically up. So that guy in a rush fired at him, and this Subedar Major, without seeing him, he fired one shot just like that. It was aimless. I could have fired an aimed shot, but I was not having a rifle, which I would have trusted. I was having a carbine, and at something like 150 meters away, I would not have trusted a carbine to shoot someone. So I did not fire. Then we came down to the below the spur's edge, and by then a lot of firing started from all the posts of Pakistanis, our post also, and there was a total melee of shots going on. We ran back into the valley, came back, and all that. I mean, we survived. There's nothing much we achieved. Much later, what happened was this Brigadier Saab had got posted out, new brigadier had come, and I was working with him. And one day I narrated to him, on incidents, he was asking me kya experiences. I told him, sir, aisa ek baar hua tha. He said, I know this incident very well. I said, but how would you be knowing this incident? Because you were not there. This happened long back. Initially only when 20 Punjab had come. He said, यार तुमको मालूम नहीं है इस कहानी में तो वो इतना स्टोरी बनाया गया, and the Subedar Major got a Shaurya Chakra in that, a big decoration. I started laughing. I said, sir, come on, you must be something else. It can't be this incident. No, nothing happened. We were stupid to go there. There was no sense, and there was nothing we accomplished. We came back, we survived, that's all. I said, you go and read the report. Then when I went, I read the report and all that, and I found that story had been constructed in a totally different manner. And it was shown that that guy was led a group of people on that, whereas that was not true. I was the patrol leader. He had just gone to guide me. He was the only person from 5 at Gurkha. I was. But it was an interesting lesson learned for me as far as life is concerned, how for awards and all that, how things get bent and all. Then another interesting thing happened with me. This same Brigadier Saab became a general, and he was commanding 22 Division, and my house is just opposite the house of 22 Div GOC, my parental house where I always grew up in Parent. So one day he was walking on the road, and I had come on leave, and I wished him. And he said, I think I have seen you somewhere. So I went close to him. I said, sir, you should better remember me because you are the guy who almost got me killed. Then when I was close up, he said, yes, I think I remember you. So these are some interesting things which keep happening in our lives.